We here
Hey,
on the You Heard podcast, man. Thank you for joining us. I got my guy CB with me, Chalupa Batman.
water in the building.
With water. Yes. Yeah. Wait, is it Oza? Is it
One drink already.
Wait, what's the name brand of it though?
It's the same one from last week.
You're not gonna tell us what it is?
It's Ozarka.
Ozarka. Okay. A subsidiary of Ozark.
It's a Texas brand. I was corrected by Mrs. CB. Steph told me it's a Texas brand. It's not an off brand. It's like the Family Dollar version. Like
support
the
local
great
businesses.
Value water.
Support
if you
local
will.
water.
Yes, This is local water, fresh from a Texas spring, if you will.
Creek.
Man, hey, look, they don't pay for this kind of promotion on the podcast.
Right.
Ozarka, mess with us if you want to sponsor the pod.
Benny Charcoal won't be with us today, man. You know, he got some personal things to attend to. So shout out to Benny Charcoal. Ben. You know what I mean? Let's get this going. We got a very special guest today. Let's get it going, baby.
Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben and Joe. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, including hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying,
what are we talking about, man?
I feel
keeping it a buck. You heard?
Hey, we are back, man. We have a very special guest with us today. We're gonna set it off with the young QB, Mr. Max Lawrence.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
I need some.
What's up, Brody?
What's up?
I need some sounds. Hold on.
Are you gonna go crazy with the sound? Let's go.
My God, how you doing,
PWO Max Lawrence. How you doing, Brody?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
You're doing all right.
Excellent,
all right, man.
Excellent. Yes. So, class of 2023, right?
Yes.
All right. So, do you arrive in Miami
in the fall?
In the fall. Okay.
Yeah.
So August.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know you can't wait.
Yeah.
I know you
I
can't wait.
Man. I can't wait.
So we know you're a recent commit to Miami. So tell the You Heard chat, the You Heard fan base, what was that day like for you? Because for those that don't know, you grew up a fan of the Canes. So what was that day like when that decision was made, when you knew you'd be a Miami Hurricane?
Yeah, basically, right when they gave me a spot on the team, I already knew that I was going to go there. I mean, there was no hesitation, like not 1 second of hesitation. And I was just happy because, I worked hard for it, and I'm just happy I get a chance to prove myself.
That's what I love hearing.
That's dope. How did your parents take it? Like, were they super excited or?
Yeah, really. My dad found out first. So my dad, they already knew before me, and they surprised me when I got home, and we're just all happy. We're excited.
That's incredible.
When it comes to your parents and it comes to your football career, your high school career, how instrumental were they in this decision? So I know it's a big decision for you. You're picking a school to go to and to play football, but a school as well. You're there to earn a degree. You're a student athlete. How instrumental were your parents? I know for you wanted to be a Cane. Was that something that they were behind 100%, or did they want you to take other visits and they want you to keep your options open?
No, they were behind, anything I chose that had a good education. So I was just real happy about that. And Miami was, the school to come along. And I was just happy that they were behind me. And I'm happy to be a Cane, basically.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What are you going to major in college?
I'm going to major in business, probably business management.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
So the opportunity to manage some players, maybe some sports management, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
So, on the football side, because for those who don't know, Max is an extremely talented quarterback. He's the kind of quarterback that fits this system really well. But I'll let you tell that. Tell the fan base how your skill set really does fit this run and shoot style, because I know you've got experience in an offense like this.
Yeah, really. I, it was just a blessing to be, at Miami with this type of offense. This is really, I transferred my senior year to Westland Hialeah to play in an air raid type offense. And, just for Miami to now have that was amazing. It was a perfect fit. And I knew, it was going to be a great fit for me, basically.
Yeah, talk about the air raid, right? So there are misconceptions about the air raid.
Yeah.
I'm an old dude, man. I played in the air raid back in the mid '90s. You know what I mean? When it first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
OG air raid.
People think it's just about throwing the ball 90 times a game and everything like that. What do you think about the air raid, and what are the misconceptions about those?
Oh, I think the biggest misconception about that is probably, throwing the ball, a bunch. Throwing the ball really opens up the run game, which is big. Mm-hmm. And there's always setups throughout the drives and throughout the game. So, you might run one play a few times just to set up, a play behind it and get the ball out and, get the ball to the receivers and, get them to make the big plays and get your athletes to make the big plays.
Definitely. One more. How much freedom did you have in the system? Because I know when we played, our quarterback had the ability to audible, to call hot routes, things of that nature. How much freedom do you have in this system?
Yeah, I mean, really, you have all the freedom. You just have to learn everything first. So, my first few weeks of the season, it was tough, with the audibles. But once I got it down, and I could switch plays and make reads based off, what I see and what the coaches see on the sideline. Yep. And it just all comes together well.
Nice. Yep.
And to the air raid for the Canes is now credited to being the Shannon Dawson system. What is your first impression of Coach Shannon Dawson, both as an offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach?
Yeah, really seeing the spring game, it was way different than the year before. And I really loved it. And I just knew Coach Dawson was a great fit. And I was just happy, that I'm part of it now.
And one of the things that he brought and his system brings is that quick, short, rhythmic passing. Guys with a quick release tend to really excel there because it's about getting the ball to your guys in space and letting them create. Do you feel like your skill set meshes well with that kind of philosophy, quick release, get the ball out, timing stuff?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, that philosophy is you start off the game right and everything just clicks from there. And I think the air raid is, probably the easiest way to start off the game right. Take quick passes and then, stretch it downfield when needed. And I think that, that's the key to winning games now.
Nice. So were you at the spring game in person or did you watch?
Yes, I was at the spring game.
Dang, I wish I would have ran into you. I was there. Me and Ben were there.
Yeah, they were there hanging out too.
Definitely. Yeah. What did you think of the athletes in the building and on the field? Just seeing them for the first time and being up close with the college athletes. How did you feel about those guys?
Yeah, really, it was exciting because, a lot of them were young. They're closer to my age. Mm-hmm. So, just watching them and knowing that I'll be there soon is really exciting.
Yes, definitely.
So you fit this offense well. You fit this style of play well. But one of the big things that you see when you watch your huddle is your deep ball. You guys spread the ball out quite a bit last year, and you went vertical a lot. Is that a part of your game that has always been a big part? Have you always felt like you excelled when it came to that rail shot, throwing that deep ball?
It was just a lot of work. That was really what I worked on mostly in the summer because I knew that I had to throw the ball deep in this type of system, and that was really what I worked on throughout the summer. And most of my throws, in the film was when I was healthy, and some of the throws I kept out, I wasn't so healthy. So, it was difficult for me to make some of those throws, but, I was just happy that I got a chance to throw the ball downfield like that.
Nice.
Talk to us what that adversity is like. When you're in the middle of your senior year and you get a little bit of an injury. You're the leader on the team. You know, they're looking to you because they're thinking, look, let's see how Hialeah goes as far as Max Lawrence takes us.
Yeah.
So what was that like, having to deal with that injury? You know, your recruitment is still open as well, so you're trying to flash for coaches. Talk to us about that adversity and what that road was like for you.
Yeah, we started off 4-0, and then I missed the game for an injury, and then I came back. We started 5-1, and then the day before, you know, probably the second biggest game of the season, I got hurt in a walkthrough, and yeah, so I hurt my throwing elbow, and you know, I just stuck it out and played, and I later found out, you know, it was a sprain. I partially tore a ligament.
Wow.
But I played the three big games of the season. It was Booker T, Carroll City, North Miami, and then I missed some of the games, you know, that weren't as challenging, just to, you know, rest and get ready for the big games, which I needed because I didn't have any offers or, you know, any big offers, you know, that I wanted. So I just rest those games, and I knew I had to play, even though, you know, I probably wasn't supposed to play. I had to play because I had something to prove.
Where does that mental toughness come from, Max? That mental toughness to go, okay, I got to push past the pain because my dream, my goal is more important than the aches in my elbow right now.
Yeah, I've always had that. I mean, mentally, like, you know, when I work out with, you know, any of the coaches, they'll tell you I never quit. I'm always going 110% in the weight room, on the field. So that's really, you know, that comes from practicing and you know, being ready for the season, you know, in the off season. That's where I get that from.
Nice. What's your height and weight right now, and what are some of the positives of your game and some of the part, you know, you would like to work on and get better?
Yeah. So right now I'm 6'3", 208 pounds. In the season I was probably 6'1" and almost 6'2", and 185 pounds.
That growth spurt on him.
That growth spurt. Who that boy growing?
And then I would say some of the strengths of my game would be, you know, getting the ball out quick, making the right reads, you know, always going 110%, never giving up. And then some of the cons or some of the stuff I need to work on is definitely getting faster and getting my arm stronger, which I'm really doing right now. I've gotten a lot stronger since, you know, I fully healed. So I'm happy with that, and I'm continuing to get faster.
Nice. Yeah, we're not going to call them cons. You know, we're going to just call them things you need to work on. Definitely.
Things you got to work. Yeah. But see, it's good. It's always refreshing when you hear a young player that already knows those things, that knows like, oh, well, I have that list already because I'm already working on it. What is an aspect of your game that was a negative, maybe your freshman or sophomore year, that you turned into a positive?
Wow. Probably watching film is probably the biggest one. Yeah, I really improved in that. You know, once I started to play, I played a little my sophomore year. And, you know, once you get on the field, you kind of really understand the film part and you realize how important it is. And I've really been prepped and, you know, been ready to watch film and, you know, break it down and not just go through the motions, but really break it down play by play.
Yeah, that's important. Actually knowing what to look for when you're watching film.
Yeah.
That's very a very underrated aspect of film. Definitely.
You've got go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead, CB.
So you've got something in common with another one of our quarterbacks that is committed to Miami, but he is in the next cycle, where Judd Anderson, the fan base likes to call him the ambassador. You became a Cane and almost instantly went after one of the hottest recruits in the 24 class, and you're smiling because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about what it was like last year playing with Jamari and that relationship and the duty you feel after committing to not just with Jamari, but to pull other guys that you've grown up playing with and tell them, hey, take your talents to Miami too.
Yeah, really, I didn't really know Jamari until I played against him, but I didn't know him until I got to Westland, and we talked, you know, before I transferred, and he kind of sealed the deal for me because
Really?
he's the one that brings in all the schools, and believe it or not, but it's really hard to get in contact with some of these schools when you're underrated and under recruited. So just talking to him and knowing that he's going to bring in the schools, and then basically the best part was going against him and getting ready for college. That was very helpful, and that was something I always look forward to, and being ready. He's a big, lengthy kid, and he does everything right. He goes 110% every play, and he's just cool person to be around. We work out all the time, even though, he still has another year of high school, and he just transferred to Miami Central. But we work out all the time, and I'm just happy for him, and he's gonna pick the right choice.
Shout out some of your other pass catchers from last year, some of the guys that you had fun going to war with over the last couple years.
Yeah, last year we had the leading receiver was Timothy Massey Jr. He's at Miami Central too, with Damari. So he's gonna be a big role player for them over there. And then he was 700-yard receiver. We had a 600-yard receiver. Juan Colon, he's going JUCO, about 6'4", 6'5", 200 pounds. He's gonna go get the ball.
Let's go.
Yeah, big kid. He's going JUCO. And then we had another 500-yard receiver. Jamonte Parks, he's at Miramar High School right now. He's only he's gonna be a junior. He's a playmaker basically. That's what he is. And then Nate Washington and Keon Adderley were the other two. So we were 5 deep, really, in the receiver room, and everyone got the ball.
Nice.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Now, man. Hey, speaking of like the competition, and do you have a chip on your shoulder because of the lack of offers and not being able to get out there? Like, how do you go into the season with that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, probably a big thing with me, during high school was I was at Miami Beach, so I didn't really get to play the competition that everyone else maybe played over the bridge, and so that was a big thing. So once I got in my senior year, I knew I was going to go to a school that had those big games, so I could prove myself. Yeah. And even though I didn't have the best games because I was hurt, I put up numbers that are pretty tough to put up against those teams.
Yep. And
I was just happy, to do that. And really, that's where the chip on my shoulder came from, is just being under recruited. And I'm still a walk on. I don't have a scholarship, and I'm still gonna earn that. Yeah. I know that. Yeah. So, and I'm just gonna keep working even when I get the scholarship. And I'm just happy to be a Cane.
No doubt. Still got stuff to prove every day.
Yeah, always, man.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you go, first off, like we like to say, ain't no scholarships on Green Tree. We had Riley and Ripley and Kobe Luna on, and they said the same thing. Hey, when it's time and them pads come on, whether you are a 5-star or not, they're going to work, and we know you're going to do the same thing. But tell the Canes fans what they're getting, not just your skill set, but the kind of young man they're getting and the kind of leader that we're adding to the quarterback room, because people kind of don't. A lot of times when we evaluate quarterbacks, we go, "Oh, strong arm, tall, big." Yeah. But it's the leadership, it's the drive to want to work hard. It's what you said earlier. Even when I earned my scholarship, I'm still not done. Like, that's not the last goal. Yeah. So if you could summarize yourself for Canes fans to let them know what they're getting in Max Lawrence, what would that be?
Yeah, really, I think I fit the system. So I think that's a big problem around. That's in college football these days, is people where they don't fit the system. And I fit the system, and I'm going to be a hard worker. I'm going to be the hardest worker on the field. There's no doubt about that. And I'm going to do everything right all the time. That's what my parents taught me, my coaches taught me, and that's what I've been doing. So no shortcuts, and I'm going to be a leader, probably, first a leader by example, because I'm such a hard worker, but definitely, be more vocal throughout the years. And I'm just ready.
Let's go.
All right, Max. We talk to every guest about this. Are you familiar?
Can't let you go without this.
Marvel Universe. Are you familiar?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not too into it, but I know some characters.
All right.
So here we go. I got a shot here then.
We need three characters to help defeat Thanos. Like we need 3.
I feel like we should just say a villain. Saying Thanos is hard. Like it's just
all right. So
hard.
we need 3 characters to save the world. We need 3
there you go.
To save the world.
There you go.
We need to start with 3 people. It's you and 3 people. 3 characters. Yeah. Who are you picking?
Definitely Hulk.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
And then probably probably Iron Man.
Okay.
That's 2. And then
behind you.
The third one
behind me.
Probably probably Captain America.
Okay. Good 3. Hey, don't look this. Spider-Man is never getting picked, bro.
It's not happening for me, man. I think one person picked it out of spite because they just wanted me to win. Like he didn't mean it. He didn't even mean it when he said it. Man, thank you so much for coming on with us, Max. I think I speak for Joe and Ben and the rest of Canes fam when we said we are excited that you're here. You know, we say it all the time. It's not just recruiting talent; it's recruiting young men who want to be Canes and who want to put in that work. And you are someone that bleeds orange and green. I am so proud of you, bro. I cannot wait to see you tear it up on Green Tree, man.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yes, sir. Stay positive, man. Don't worry about the negative stuff, and keep working hard, brother. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You got this, Brody.
Yes, sir. Future Kane, man. Have a good one.
Thank you, man.
You too.
Love it, man. Love it. Why? Yeah.
Hey, that boy gonna go compete, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And it strengthens the quarterback room, man. You need depth in every position, and the quarterback room is different.
Bro, you can't beat knowing the terminology too, like understanding the terminology of the offense. Like that's just invaluable to the other freshmen that are going to be in the room with him to be like, hey, Max, what this mean, bro? When he say jet, because for me, jet in high school, it was emotion. Like, what does mean in this offense? Yeah. He gonna be able to be like, oh, that mean this like that kind of stuff is invaluable to a quarterback room, man. So and you can't beat hard workers.
It appears that the staff is recruiting more for fit. Of course, you're gonna get your 5 stars that fit any system, really. But when you're recruiting to add pieces and build the depth that we need, it looks like they're recruiting more for fit.
It looks like
are you seeing that?
It definitely looks like it. Like it. I think that's what is a little confusing to people when they see a 3-star. It's like, well, why are they taking Dylan Day? Look at Dylan Day's skill set as a safety.
Right.
He can play the deep third really well, but he's got that versatility where he can play star, he can play in the nickel, and he's aggressive. The first word everyone says about his film is aggressive. What's the first thing you say about Lance Guidry's defense?
Yeah, aggressive.
And versatility at defensive back. When you watch Dylan Day, you see Andre Sam.
Yeah.
You see the same player. So it looks like that there is still that crystal ball. I'm going for Big Whale, Francisco Mauigoa, David Stone, Elijah Rushing. Yeah, but trenches. You have seen that they're also willing to fill out a bit too with guys that fit better than maybe they stand out on a rival's stat sheet.
Sure, and especially on that side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, you got to have guys that can bring the ball carrier down. Like, you have to have that.
Yeah.
That's a staple of a Lance Guidry defense is tackling.
The picture today of Pulliam and Popo, the first thing everyone is saying is, them boys big. Them boys, man. Yeah. We need beef in the middle.
Yeah. If linebackers who can or just defenders who can move side to side, they're long, they could take on blocks. It's you love it. You love it. The body type.
And it seems like versatility too. Versatility seems to be something that they're big on, like Malik Bryant, Bobby Washington, Caleb Spencer. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Caleb Spencer. He's one of my favorite recruits, man.
You know why? It's because before the season starts, it's in our mind that we're set at, like our safeties are locked on the depth chart, right? Yeah. So it seems like when there's DB conversation, Markeith gets left out sometimes, and it's never shade. It's just that when you do the depth chart in your head going into this year, we were like, okay, safety locked. That's J-Mo. Yeah, that's locked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like when we talk about the offensive line, we don't talk about center anymore, right? Like, we go Matt Lee. I'm not talking about that. You know, we just don't talk about it anymore. When we talk about the offense, we don't talk about quarterback because that's not penciled in. That's in pen in our head. Sure. So I think Caleb, but to your point though, Caleb is another versatile, just beast. Like, I don't know if he stays at safety for 4 years because of his size. Like,
you think he moves in the box?
If he keep on putting on muscle, bro,
weak side.
Yeah. Because right now, I like him at star. It didn't look like they were playing him at star though. It looked like they were playing him at straight up, which I like too. Yeah. But I figured star just because he's nasty in the box, man. Yeah. And then you look at the people they're recruiting like Zaquan. Same skill set, nasty in the box, just brutal in the box, but can also play the deep third. And he's a very underrated part of Zaquan Patterson's game is his coverage ability. They will line that boy up at corner and have him playing press man on your number one receiver. Yeah. Like, because Zaquan hits like he does, people assume box safety. Man, he's got that versatility. Jalen Hayward, another safety that's got that versatility that could play corner. That's my boy, man. That is my boy.
You find a way to insert him
everywhere. Every conversation, I'm going to find a way to put Jalen in there. But he's another one that has that versatility. But along those lines, since we're on recruiting, it was a pretty huge weekend of visits, man, both official and unofficial. They also had a camp today. Looks like it was filled. Saw the Monarch trio there, AJ Hairston, Samari Reed, Jabari Brady, TK Cunningham from Miami Central was there. Bakeem Fritzo was there. That's the younger Cunningham. But this list of just official visitors, right? James Nesta, Draylon Miller, Jeray Tank Hawkins, Kamarian Franklin, Wyatt Gilmore, Demetrius Freeney, the cornerback from JUCO, the number 2 overall cornerback in the entire junior college football landscape, was at Miami this weekend. And Brad Tejeda was reporting that he was just glowing about his visit to the point where it looks like if Miami
pulls that trigger,
he's down. His buddy, Sion, I cannot pronounce his. I think it's Laule. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah. Also, the number 1 corner in JUCO.
6'4", isn't it like 6'4"?
Yeah. And him and Freeney, best buddies. So I don't know if they want to pull 2, but you got that. You got that. Why not? Right?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Why not have the depth? Because they wanted one more anyway, and then you're probably replacing Terry Roberts' spot too. Yeah. So why not pull in 2? But the trenches, Joe, which that's been our theme this entire recruiting season. Wyatt Gilmore, 4-star defensive end. But the guy that I wanted to talk about first.
Is it a big guy?
The big Cam.
Yeah, big Cam.
Big 5-star defensive lineman. Apparently it's down to us in Tennessee. Now he's from that SEC country. He's from Mississippi.
Right? Yeah.
So because he's from Mississippi, he has expressed interest in wanting to play in the SEC. Like, that's apparently a big deal for him. Yeah. But apparently it is down to us in Tennessee. Like, those are his top 1 and 2. Now, he does have other schools in his top 5 that he just released, but it looks like it's down to Miami and that other terrible, weird shade of orange.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of guy that we keep talking about that can change your class. Mm-hmm. When you get somebody like this, like when you see that list, Joe, of who was there this weekend, does that start the hype at all?
Oh, what? Y'all thought y'all weren't gonna see me? Bushy Top Ben in the building, man. The hair is out. Hey man, look, obviously couldn't make it onto the show, man. Had to drop in on the interruption. Had some personal things going on. That's why y'all see me in a polo, but still repping the Kings behind me. Look, man, I was wondering how I would approach this interruption, and I'm gonna approach it like this with gratitude to my guy Joe. Salute to you, my guy. Hey man, we've known each other for a short time, man, but I can definitely say you're a big brother to me, man. I look up to you, man. The way you carry yourself, man, I appreciate you every day, my guy. And we talk all the time, man. And you're a good guy, man. You 100 for real. To my guy CB, man. Yo, I told you we had conversations, man, and I'm gonna keep a lot of those private. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all what I told him, man. This guy's has a light to him that I just want to rock with, man. This guy has been nothing but positive. We rock, man. We talk all the time. And I'm just so appreciative that he said yes when I reached out to him, man, to work with the pod. I believe in this guy, man. I believe in this young man. I know he's good, man. To all the Kings content creators, man, salute to y'all, man. I know this shit ain't easy, man. This is never a competition. You know what I'm saying? Subscribers, all that. We all Kings fans, man. We all come at it from a different perspective. And salute to y'all, man. Last thing I'm going to say, man. Yo, Kingswear. This ain't even an ad, man. Just thank you for being good people, man. Brett, Jeff, everybody over there, man, are just good, solid, good people, man. Definitely support them. It's not even like it's not even like an ad for them or dropping them because, you know what I'm saying, they support the show. I support them because they're just good people. So salute to them, man. Cheers, man. Hey, CB, there's water in here. You don't know nothing about that. Good old agua. Bushy Top Ben, out.
Oh, it doesn't for me, no. But
not yet.
Not yet.
We were close, y'all. We were close.
I've expressed this several times. I know what Coach Cristobal does on the recruiting path. I know that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a surprise to me. I've seen it. I've witnessed. Listen, I follow college football. I don't just follow Miami. You know what I mean?
Same.
I'm a college football fan. So I'm well aware of what Coach Cristobal has done on the trail and will continue to do on the trail. He's a tireless worker, man. He don't sleep. And now he's surrounded by a staff that does the same thing. You know, he's demanded
bunch of young, hungry coaches too.
Absolutely. Now, with what he did on the O-line, he's definitely looking to do that on the D-line. Yes. You have to build the trenches. He understands that. He's learned from some of the best in the game. So he understands that. When I start to get excited is when the development happens and then the results start to come on the field. And like we've said on the show, we'll see the progress immediately. You know, first game, I don't care if it's Miami or Ohio, we'll see it immediately. So that's when the excitement level will come from me. But I do appreciate all the guys that he's bringing in and, you know, just putting his best foot forward, man, and getting these kids these young men, at Miami. Definitely.
And I know there's someone that was visiting this weekend that's high on your list as well because he's from out where you at.
Yeah.
Linebacker James Neston, apparently he was also raving coming out of his visit. Yeah. He absolutely loved it, was glowing about the coaching staff and just absolutely loved it. Seems like we may be in the lead there.
Yeah.
It feels like with the linebackers that they brought in last year and with the ones that they're recruiting, it's a different style than what we had in a previous regime.
Yeah, it's athletic. Sure. Like James Nesta is an athlete, man. He's a baseball guy, man, and he's an athlete. He can run, you know,
versatile
tackle. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing it. Like, I'm gonna be at his games. I'm gonna at least go to a couple games this year just to see if it's real. You know, we got to get eyes on him. You know?
Yeah, put eyes on him.
Yeah,
because it's easy. That's another thing when people like to ask me about, you know, film. I'm like, well, you do know that you have to preface everything with it's a highlight package, right? Like, somebody be asking me like, well, how many picks did he throw? Look, if your quarterback put his interceptions in his highlight package, I'm gonna yell at him myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell at what you put that in there for? What's wrong with you? So So you don't get to see some of the stuff that they may be hiding. So it is always good to put eyes on a prospect in person.
Oh, yeah.
But since we are on the topic of visitors and visits, hey,
is it that
here's my question.
air hockey?
You know, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
So we know, you know, this is official visit season, summer official visit season. And every school has.
You think they got this deal? You get like a, you get 5 free games.
Yeah.
If you spend $20.
Yeah. So every school, you know, has visitors coming through. A specific school took their visitors to Dave & Buster's. Now, I don't think it's such a bad
power card
thing.
you think they got?
I don't think it's such a bad thing.
I don't think so either. All jokes aside, I don't think so either.
But could you have not rented the whole venue out for your squad, you know, for a couple hours?
Y'all boys got
to have fun. You know,
y'all got David Stone in line with somebody mama. Like, hey, I'm next on the.
You know,
honestly, Dave & Buster's does not sound like that terrible of a time. Like, let's be honest. Like, I know people that you know me. I'm a big nerd. I would be at Dave & Buster's having fun.
And where else are you gonna go in that city? Where else is there to go?
But the thing is, though, like the people that were saying like, why Dave & Buster's? Well, also let's remember that they're still these are 17-year-olds. Like these are these are still they're still 17-year-olds. So they're gonna have fun. Yeah. But the thing is, to Joe's point, I think the red flag was like, there's just like civilians here. Yeah. Like it's just like regular people. Yeah. Like Dave & Buster's isn't bad. Like we got a place down here in Texas called Main Event. It's got got bowling, you know, it's got all that. So it's a good time. Company parties get done there a lot. You know, we did our Christmas party there one year. It was live. They give you drink tickets, all that stuff. It's fun. So like the shade is not like, why are you taking them to Dave & Buster's?
No, not at all.
It's not even shade. It's just a question as to like, hey, that check didn't go to Rashada, right? So none of that money could have rented
that. Correct? You should still have
that. Yeah, none of that money could have rented this movie out.
Yeah.
I think that was the alarming one, bro. Was like, hold on, like Dave & Buster's, okay, like that's not that bad. I mean, they taking them all out that night, you know, have fun.
Yeah.
But then you saw like, is that my cousin? Like in the frame? Like I knew my cousin was taking the kids out. I didn't know he was out there in Florida. Like that's crazy.
And we don't listen, man. We don't know the reasoning. We don't know all the circumstances that went into this. You know, we don't know.
There was bad weather. Maybe they were planning on being outside for something.
Yeah, maybe it was something, and they just
and that weather. Because you remember the baseball game ended up getting delayed because of weather. So maybe it was weather, and maybe that's why there's. But still, you're Florida. Like you should be able. Like I would like to think. Okay, Coach Shannon Dawson, Coach Fields could pick up a phone to a local establishment and say, hey, we've got 15 of the hottest official visits here this weekend, and we were trying to take them to this venue outside, blah, 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 but this lightning is happening. We need to rent that thing out. Like, we need people out now. Or I would imagine you could pull something off.
Or understanding that you're in Florida in storm hurricane season and having a backup plan. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If things are not going to work out outside,
there has to be a place that they usually go for where they take like the Florida admins and like the teachers for Christmas holidays, or you know what I mean, staff parties. There has to be a place that you go to, or that I would imagine that you have some kind of connection with. I don't know, the Jungle World or something, but like it was odd. So that brings me to a question, Joe.
Yeah.
you're a little different because you actually had a son who was wooed and recruited. Mm-hmm. So factor that in a little bit too. But I'd like to know if you were a 5-star recruit, mm-hmm. you first, and then we'll tackle. I do have a question about this about your son, but okay. You first. If you were a 5-star recruit and you're going to see your dream school, OV, man, I'm going down there. They bringing CB, they bringing Ben. I'm trying to get both of them to come to Miami with me too. So it's gonna be live. We all gonna be there. They bringing the quarterback, and then like, what would your expectation be for the weekend? Like, what are some of your like? Oh, if they do this, cool. But like, hey, if they make this left here and we go to this batting cage, what? Like, what would be your expectations? Because I feel like everyone would be different. You know what I mean? Like what we would want.
That's the main thing. I think everyone is different, man. For me personally, I am a bells and whistles type guy, but authenticity, man, and just being genuine is more important than anything. So even if you took me in the Lambo and you took me to Prime 112 and the beach and all of that, that's cool, but I can tell if you a cornball, man. And if you're just
you don't really do this.
I can tell. You hit me, hey, you come out there to coach. What's up, brother? What's up, bro? And all that bullshit.
Hey, I don't like that at all. I hate that, dog.
Man. So,
homie, what's up, homie?
What's going on, bro?
My dog?
Nah, no. So for me, it's more. But there's recruits. There's some people who David Stone is from Oklahoma. I know exactly where he's from. Like I lived in the area he's from for a year. My best friend went to Dell City, the high school he went to.
Oh wow.
So I know where he's from. He's from Oklahoma City. So he may not want all the bells. He may not care about all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
He may care about all the bells and whistles. He may want to be in a smaller town. If he's considering Norman, Oklahoma,
he may like the quiet life.
He's close to Oklahoma City. Norman, Oklahoma is close to Oklahoma City. So, but different strokes for different folks, What about you?
I think for me, like, I'd want to just feel wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to come to my visit and it be some blanket situation where like, oh, we're taking all of y'all to like this fancy dinner.
25.
Like, it would be like
25.
Yeah, it would be like, damn, like, do y'all know? Like, I don't even like them kind of big crowds like that. Like, why y'all take? You feel like I would be like, damn, I didn't know. Y'all ain't even asked my coach what I like. Y'all gonna
right? That's important.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so doing your homework and knowing what this guy.
I would feel like feel like, damn, like I'm not the one they really recruiting this weekend. Then.
Yeah.
Like, if we going here, like, hey, he's smiling like a motherfucker. This his thing.
Yeah.
This ain't. You know what I would. I don't think I'd trip if it was like, hey, we're going to shoot some pool or something. Like that wouldn't bother me. It would just be little things. Like I'd want, like I'm a bit of I like bells and whistles and shiny things too. Like that's kind of my thing, right? Yeah. And like as y'all see, I like when the recruits take pictures. I think that's so dope. Like as someone that has always loved jerseys and looking good on the field, that's why I'm a big Dion fan. Anyway. But I'm a receiver, you know what I'm saying? So look good, feel good, play good. So like I'd want to, get swagged out and I'd want to do the tour of the school and I'd want to do things like that. And I would hope that like whoever's recruiting me would understand that, oh, like get the all black unit ready, get the all white one ready. Cause like y'all know CB when he come down here, like that's what he'd like. He gonna want to, I think I just want to feel wanted. Like the activities themselves, I don't think I would really have like I hope they take me on a boat. I would just want to feel like whatever experience they give me is mine. Like they didn't just lump me in with the other kids because we wanted CB because his quarterback cold and he can come too. Yeah. Like I just want to feel like, oh man, they knew I liked the orange visor, so they brought the orange visor. Like them little things would mean a lot to me. So like, if I was a gamer and they set up a Dave and Buster's, I'd be hyped. If I showed up and they had a whole theater and they had like extended cut MCU movies for me and like a bunch of snacks, I'd be like, oh, they did their homework. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this ain't the Lambo, this ain't the Porsche. We're not at a nightclub, but they wanted to make me feel comfortable.
That's important.
I think that would be important. And to
that's important.
Pivot this, but on the same topic. Mm-hmm. Do you felt like did that matter to your son at all? Like when he was being recruited, and did you have a Florida situation where there was something that was like, I don't know if we want to do that, or was it mostly, did he feel kind of wanted by most of his visits or most of his interactions? Because I would imagine, just like dating stories, right? Every recruit probably has a weird, like, recruiting story.
Yeah, keeping it a buck, man. I think he was more. I think he just wanted to make me happy with what he did. We grew up Miami. You know what I mean? So it was really the offer and the thought of being in Miami and going to Miami. I think that's because, like, he was a blanket recruit for Miami. He wasn't a priority. He wasn't a priority at all. Sure, Coach came to North Carolina to see us, and we went out and all that, but he wasn't really a priority. And I could see that, but talking to him about it, and I'm gonna always keep it a buck with everybody, especially my son. I had to talk with him about it, like, yo, you really kind of want to look at this situation, and you can tell who really wants you and who's, just going through the motions. And
was there someone that, did it take you telling that to him for him to kind of notice that there were some schools that were a little standoffish towards him, or did he kind of have his eyes open to that already?
No, he really was focused on Miami.
Focused?
To be honest, he was really focused. And me and my brother, his uncle, took him to Miami before his visit, just to see Miami, the city, everything. And from that, he was open.
That was it.
It's like a wrap. And I was like, man,
so he didn't even really need the visit.
For real. Yeah, it was a wrap. You know what I mean? It was really.
What Dave and Buster did y'all take him to?
Yeah, man, we had the Airbnb, overlooking the beach, and
come on, Joe.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What did you think was gonna happen there?
It was crazy. But on the official, you can just tell, like, to your point, there was no real intent. Like, the head coach didn't even speak.
Really?
To us, no.
Did that rub him the wrong individually way at all, or was he still locked in at that point? Oh no, he did.
Well, he was still locked in. Me,
okay.
I'm like, come on, son. Like, you're not. There were other schools There were other schools who actually did their homework and actually showed that he was a priority. But he was 17, man. Like I keep saying, he was 17. He didn't know what he really wanted, man, and it was just a blur. It was a blur for him. So, but
he didn't.
He's old enough.
That moment where he had an OV or a visit where they did something or took him somewhere where he was like, "Yo, this is crazy. These people are off the list."
So on his OV to Miami, I forgot who was hosting him. They took him to a strip club, and he was like,
"Oh, he wasn't having it."
Yeah, I mean,
that's the kind of homework I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
If you take me to an OV, you take me to a nightclub, strip club, and then somewhere else, I'm gonna be like, "Bro, y'all didn't do no research. I'm a homebody. Like, where's the food? Like, where's the couch, dog? Like, we could have watched Ken Dorsey film and chilled. Like, we did not have to do all this."
Yeah, another school he was at one of the players' house. They had some players over. They was playing Madden, eating, and he was cool with that.
And he had fun.
Cool.
Like,
he was cool
so
with that.
Sometimes it's very interesting how you got to do that kind of, and that's why I think sometimes people forget it's not just Mario that recruits. It's not just Dawson. It's not just Beard. There's other people on that recruiting staff that have to that are calling high school coaches, that are talking to math teachers. Hey, what kind of kid, what kind of young man is he? What is he like? You know, how does he eat? What does he like to do? He's going to be down here in June. It's kind of the summer. Does he like the beach? We're planning on taking, there's so much that goes into it. Like, and we just assume, Mario's making all that. No, it's Dennis Smith, it's Coach Fields. There is a staff that have to learn the ins and outs so that when you do get a 5-star kid here, you don't take him to a strip club when he wants to play Madden.
Facts. That's why developing those relationships early, when you've known a kid since 7th grade, you know what I mean?
You know exactly what to do.
Exactly. You know his favorite food, and you know what he likes to watch. It's so important. And that's why Coach Cristobal is one of the best, because those relationships are not only relationships, but they're genuine relationships.
Yep.
Like, if he really wants you to come through, he's genuinely trying to get to know you. And that's important, man. That's important.
You heard what Kevin Beard said. The second he got the job, like, he didn't call his mama. He called Chance Robinson.
Right.
He called somebody that he talks to. Want to know why? Because he talked to Chance every day, and this was his daily Chance phone call. He wasn't gonna not talk to his homeboy because he got a job. It was just a part of now their daily conversation. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, by the way, Miami hired me, but checking in with you, just like, you know what I'm saying? Because even Chance said they didn't really talk about ball. They talked about, he got the job, and they talked about what they normally talk about, life. Hey, how was your day? What's going on? Yeah. That kind of stuff is priceless, because then you find yourself in a weird situation as a 17 or 18-year-old with a coach that makes you uncomfortable. And just like in a real life situation, your mind goes to times when you were comfortable. You think of, man, I wish I was with KB right now, though. Because if I was at Miami on a visit, we'd probably be doing X, Y, and Z. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you up there, like, you done gone down to Texas. They got you on a horse.
Yeah.
And you sitting here the whole time thinking, damn, if I was in Miami, we'd probably be playing Madden right now. I want to play some Madden.
Yeah, for real. Definitely.
That stuff has to be important.
Definitely, man. All right, man. Let's get into this Caneswear ad, man. Look, check. Got the flag.
Hey, Caneswear selfie time, baby.
Hey.
You see it?
And they should be getting into the new location sometime in the next couple months, man. We can't wait. Hopefully we get to get down there, man, and help them open up that thing. But let's get
shout out to them, man. That's awesome.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010. Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fan shop.
The spot Miami fan shop, and that's so real, man. Jeff and Brett, man, appreciate you guys.
You see it, man. Always keeping us swagged out.
As soon as we walk in, man. As soon as we walk in, it's all love. Your family, your friends, man, they treat everybody like friends and family in there. So, and when you order online, how fast do you get your stuff, man?
Let me tell you something. I'm in Texas, all right? Because I know every time I say this on Twitter, there's always somebody that's like, well, where you at? I'm in Texas, bro. Yeah. I'm not in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Charlotte.
4 days max. You hear me?
Yep.
4 max. Before the Final Four, I ordered an Omer jersey. I was not on the podcast. Caneswear had no idea who I was. I was just a person on Twitter. They didn't follow me. I didn't follow them. And then I just tweeted, hey, got this Omer jersey. I really hope it gets here before the game. Instantly hit me, hey, what's the order number? And I was like, sent the order number. It'll be there Tuesday. And I was like, do I have to update no, it'll be there Tuesday for you. Oh, no, they didn't ask me to pay. No, they have that personal care when it comes to customer service, man. You see them on Twitter constantly answering fans' questions. They're the most helpful shop you can find. Always a discount, always new merch. You see it, this 2020 jersey, they still have it on there. They got the black 18 that I also have. And the new jerseys are about to be dropped too, so make sure you're subscribed to not subscribe, following Caneswear on Twitter because they always drop new merch. Yep. And also stick around for the word of the day here, and you win yourself a Caneswear gift card, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to talk about our unforgettable Cane for today.
Let's go.
And no, we got somebody on the defensive side of the ball, man.
Say nothing about the jerseys. Say nothing about the jerseys.
Yeah. He was in the feather sleeve era.
Did you notice that? I noticed y'all didn't say nothing. I was like, when I sent the clip, I was like, oh, they going to say something about the jerseys. They going to say something about the jerseys.
Feather clip. I mean,
we winged out here. Hey, everybody in the chat, this is the new international thing for those jerseys.
Nobody wants those things, man.
Wings on the jerseys in the chat. Y'all put some type of emoji for this. I don't know what y'all could do, but figure out this.
All right.
Hey, it's just CB now. While I have y'all here, I would like to tell everybody about the lovely Elizabeth Olsen, who is a fantastic actress, one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. You know, basically the Scarlet Goddess is what I like to call her, but also known as the Scarlet Witch, Joe's favorite actress. You know, I like to call her Lizzie as well. Shout out to Lizzie in the chat. She's not in the chat, y'all. But anyway, yeah, this is our time to appreciate the greatness that is Elizabeth Olsen. You know what I mean? Face card never declines. Unforgettable face card, green eyes. You know, she's the Scarlet Witch. She's related to the Olsen. I don't know why that matters, but she's related. Oh, what's up, Joe?
This is what we come back to. I hear.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? Welcome back.
Why are you torturing people?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why
I froze while you were out.
Yeah. My my StreamYard just said I'm out of here, guys. You know. So I'm sure you were talking about the unforgettable Cane.
That's what I was talking about. That's definitely what I was talking about. Everybody in the chat. Shh. That's what I was talking about.
All right. So
my boy.
Yeah. Big Artie. Big number one, Artie Burns, man. Do y'all remember Artie?
You think I saw West with the number one. I don't think he gonna wear it though. We need somebody on the defense wearing number one again. Hey. I
thought I saw West wearing number one.
Me too, but I wonder if he really gonna do it.
Yeah, he said,
look. Ooh, that's called closing speed, people. That's that closing speed, baby.
So let's
go.
Did we have Corn Elder and Artie Burns on opposite sides?
We did. Oh, that's a secondary.
Yeah, that's
nice. Bush would have been the safety this year too, huh? Or was he already gone?
I felt like he was gone. Who's back there?
There he goes. That was Dion.
No, that's Dion Bush right there. Yeah, number 2.
Yep, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Artie, physical, man.
Rayshawn Jenkins back there.
Rayshawn, hey, so the all whites are clean. Look at that.
Jermaine Grace, man. I like Jermaine Grace, man. Look at that.
Look at them instincts, Joe.
Yeah. Artie Burns was a problem, man. He was long, and the thing that I liked about Artie, it feels like he got better. He got better, you know. He didn't regress. He had good ball skills. He was long.
Physical too. Look at that.
Yep. Got there a little early.
For a long dude too, closing speed like a son of a.
Yeah, I think he ran like a 4.4 under 4.4 and under in the at the combine.
I like a corner that's not afraid to be physical too, man. I like a corner that's not afraid to come up and get his nose there. Too many pretty boys out there. Leave that to the receivers.
Yeah, look at him. Yeah, Artie Burns, man. Unforgettable Kane. He was a problem.
Oh, see. So okay, that's something that drives me crazy sometimes.
Throwing that shoulder.
Well, rewind that real quick. 5 years ago, he would have destroyed that dude. Now you can't, but a couple years. So throwing that, closing your eyes and throwing your shoulder like that. Oh no, Joe gone again. It's Elizabeth Olsen time again. Just kidding. So Artie Burns. Put your favorite Artie Burns memory in the chat right now. What was your favorite Artie Burns memory? One of those ball hawking corners we had along the lines of guys like Corn Elder and Brandon Harris and who else was out there during that same time? Corn Elder, Brandon Harris, Trajan Brady. We've had some impressive corners here at Miami over the years, but none more impressive than Artie, man. Artie was a true.
Yeah, Artie was a problem, man. And Corn Elder, we had Corn Elder. We did Corn Elder a couple months ago, man. I really like Corn Elder as well, man. He was a beast.
We got to get back to that, man, with this secondary. We got to get back to, and I think we will with guys like Devontae Brown, big physical long corner. His brother Damari, another big, long physical corner. But then you also have the juxtaposition to that where you got Robert Stafford, who's more of a smooth speedster with, he's got former receiver, so he's got those crazy ball skills. So I do like that we got a little bit of both, but I like those long physical corners, man, like Artie, like Corn, like Devontae, like Damari, guys that are not afraid to come up, press, get their nose dirty against the run as well. Love it, man. And that closing speed, that recovery speed is something that's really underrated. People just see speed and think speed, but it's how you use that speed. I have seen 4.3 people get absolutely cooked.
Sure.
Because it's top end speed and flat out elite. I can go 40 yards blazing is not the same thing. Absolutely. There's some guys that are fast, but they're fast once they're going downhill. It's when they got that third and fourth gear. So I like to see corners that have that closing speed, because sometimes you are going to get beat, bro. It's gonna happen. Absolutely. Nobody does not ever not get beat. You can watch Deion Sanders. He got beat too. And he probably won't admit it to you, but he got beat as well. Yeah. But it's about recovering when you do get beat, especially off the line. Because some of these receivers just nasty, and a lot of their releases now are more so like basketball moves. So, a lot of corners ain't ready for that. They do that. They do a lot of that hesitation stuff, which to me it's really cool. But that that's kind of hard to defend sometimes as a corner. So a lot of times that recovery speed is huge because you can get beat off the line, but you can still close that space. And especially you see guys like Artie with that length who like to use the sideline as their ally and stuff. That's just corners with length, man. Length at DB, dude, is just it helps you so much, especially when you're young. Look at a guy like Kenny Phillips, man. When he was young, he relied on length, athleticism, and recklessness.
Absolutely.
You can't beat DBs like that, man.
Absolutely, man. All right. So real quick, this weekend, coming up, the visitor weekend this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Ooh. Rack off some of the names, CB. Who we got? Colin Simmons. Colin Simmons this weekend.
We got Simmons. If
Dylan
I'm not
Stewart?
mistaken, I was gonna say Stewart's coming back.
Justin Scott.
I was gonna say I think it's Scott, not Stone. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Stone, but I think it's Scott. It's the June 9th and 10th visits. Oh my God. And I had this saved too, and I did not pull it up because my iPad died. But this is, to me, actually, I think Ellis will be back for this as well. To me, this is the weekend that I'm not saying that if they don't leave with commits from this weekend, then I'll be upset. It's more so this needs to be the weekend where we make that progress. Like I want to leave this weekend with the thought that, oh, Justin Scott is ours. Like we need to land one of these big fish from this weekend.
Aiden Breland.
Aiden Breland's another one. So
LJ McCray
that was going to be here that's no longer going to be here because he is committed. 3-star interior offensive lineman Joseph Ionata has committed to Alabama, so he probably will not be here on his visit. Cameron Pruitt, linebacker / safety, he's also going to be here. Cam is a absolute monster. Yeah, so I would like for us to leave this making an impression on some of these guys, on guys like Braylon Staley, the 4-star receiver that Judd Anderson is just absolutely in love with. Tight ends. We've got I don't think it's KJ coming in this weekend. I think it's Odom coming in this weekend.
Elijah Lofton coming in this weekend.
And Lofton, the kid who's from Vegas, I believe. He hasn't been to campus in a while. So it'll be good for a lot of the ones coming in for this visit, like McCray, who hasn't been in a while. Draylon Miller, who was here this past weekend, hasn't been in a while. Staley hadn't been since, Kevin Beard got his job. So it'd be interesting to have guys like McCray get to talk to Jason Taylor, who has an on-the-field position now. Dylan Stewart will get to sit down with Jason Taylor, who has an on-the-field position now.
Colin Simmons.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was different before when these guys weren't in place. They didn't get to talk to Coach Guidry. Now they'll actually get to sit down, talk to Coach Guidry, hear it from the horse's mouth, how they fit in. And I'm sure Mario had his idea on who he was going to hire, so it's easy to tell them what it may look like. But you hear people like Ryan Wingo say when they came back for their visit and Coach Beard and Dawson were in place, it was a completely different experience. He was just raving about it. So you hope for that same thing for the guys up front.
Ellis Robinson will be here.
As a matter of fact, see, you walked me into this one. I didn't do this on purpose. I believe Jalen's going to be here with him. If I'm not mistaken, Jalen's going to be here with him. Kylan Fox is going to be here as well. Nair Daniels. So Nair Daniels, big offensive lineman that they're making a push for. Again, it's that whole theme of the trenches this year. I like Kylan Fox a lot. Big athletic tight end, more of a traditional tight end too. They play him in line. I absolutely love his skill set. So he'll be down here too. Big. He's like 6'4", like 6'4", 208 out of Grayson. Really, really like him. He'll be here. And it looks like they're kind of loading up at tight end a bit. It's kind of curious to see how they've been recruiting that position with, Odom, KJ, and Kylan Fox. And so I wonder, are they casting their net wide, hoping that they can maybe land one or two? And then you got Loft, another tight end. King Joseph Edwards is another kid who's a defensive end / tight end that they're recruiting too. But this is that weekend, bro. This is that big blue chip Justin Scott, Dylan Stewart weekend where they can sit down with Guidry, with Salavea, with Jason Taylor, and we actually have a plan to talk to them about. It's not, hey, when we get this guy in, then we'll do this. Or when we hire this coach, we'll do this. Because you can tell a recruit, hey, I'm about to hire this defensive coordinator, but until you announce it, he got to say he's coming. Like that. Sometimes, saying something, telling somebody, hey, we going to do this, you can turn into the boy who cried wolf. So it'll be good to actually have them here with Coach Guidry, watch film with them, go through some of their own film too. This is that weekend, man. This is big whale fishing weekend for the Canes.
Yeah. Hopefully we hear
like
something.
Ben says, man, we're gonna start telling lies after this weekend, David.
Yeah. Hopefully we hear something, man. Hopefully we get some people to jump on the boat, jump on the ship, man, and let's ride, man. Colin Simmons, man.
Hey, let me finish the shit, man.
Colin Simmons, man. I like Dylan Stewart too, man. Either one of those, I'm good. I'm good with either one of those, man. I think they're both super athletes. Dylan Stewart is bigger. And I like watching his film. I like the way they played him all over the field. He was, he's versatile, man. Collins, they're both tremendous, man. So
I think Colin Simmons is unblockable. Like when I literally, like the first thing I said when I was watching him, I was like, he might be unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know with one person, unless you got Penei Sewell out there. Like I don't know if he is. So sometimes you be watching somebody, you like, hey, is he that good or is they that bad? And you start looking up some of the tackles he's playing. It's like, oh no, he's that good. Like,
he plays at Duncanville, man.
You're like, oh no, that's a beast he playing against. He's just making him look like a child. Like,
yeah.
For me, because defensive back is such a big deal, bro. Ellis coming back to me is a huge deal.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. Getting a guy like that. Obviously, the one on my board, the top on my board is the safety. Not just because I absolutely love his game when it comes to Jalen Hayward. It's because we're losing both of them after this year. Yeah. I don't think there is a scenario where we have J-Mo back after this year. Cam's going to the NFL this year. I love Markeith and I love Caleb. But as we talked about earlier, Caleb may end up, kicking down inside a bit or playing more so that star position. So getting another safety in a blue chip recruit like Jalen Hayward would be absolutely huge. I just like that we're loading up on pass rushers, guys with length like Simmons, like LJ McCray, whose name doesn't get mentioned enough, but arms just ridiculously long for no reason. Like that dude could touch two walls in anybody's house he go into. So it's going to be an exciting weekend.
The Ellis Robinson, is he at Georgia this past weekend? Was he at Georgia this past weekend?
Was he? I don't.
Felt like he was home.
I don't.
Because to me, right?
I don't know what's going on with Georgia.
To me, he's committed to Georgia, right? So if he went to Georgia this weekend, to me, if that's where you're going, you don't come to Miami this weekend. You know what I mean? You go to Georgia.
The way I
lock that down, and then you don't go.
I felt like, honestly, it's just I don't know the young man. I did his review, spoke to him once. But when you say out loud to reporters and to the media, like, yes, I'm committed, but it's open. I can be wooed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, that was the first, like, somebody pick up the phone for that kid, boy. That boy's saying something to you.
Yeah.
So, Aiden Breland, Nair Daniels, someone who does not get mentioned enough, Keyshawn Flowers, June 9th.
Yeah.
Monster at linebacker.
Yep.
Ty Hilton on the offensive line. TJ Lindsey, defensive lineman. Another IMG. Got to keep that pipeline open. Elijah Lofton, LJ McCray, Cameron Pruitt, Ellis Robinson, Colin Simmons, Braylon Staley, Dylan Stewart.
Yeah.
That is our June 9th visits. And that is a list of, if you land 3 of these, you know what I mean? Like, that's huge for the class. But in the trenches, if we can land Breland, Jarek Gibson will also be there again. Jarek, who just spoke real highly of the Miami staff and was mentioning that, he's real close to Francis Mauangoa, who's going to be starting on the offensive line this year. And he was quoted by saying, like, he's high on Miami because his boy is going to be starting there this year. He wants to play with him. A lot of those IMG young men want to play with each other. So hopefully they continue to impress someone like Jarek Gibson, who's going to be here with some of those other IMG guys like TJ Lindsey, another just productive defensive lineman. Elijah Lofton, really good. Pruitt is another kind of Cam kind of defensive back where they're thinking linebacker / safety on. So it'll be, but a physical kid too. So it'll be fun having him here. Honestly, to me, the one I'm really the most excited about, if it's not, Ellis, Ellis is to be top. I'm a big fan of Braylon Staley. I think getting Chance was huge. Obviously, Chance is a absolute beast, but you want to get another one just in case we don't flip Mr. Smith, just in case JoJo decides I want to go play with my best friend and I'm not going to Miami. You don't want to push guys like Staley away. You want them to still feel like, their priorities to you. And, he was raving about his last visit. His pops was on Twitter raving about his last visit as well with Miami. And Judd loves him. Like, Judd is recruiting Staley harder than the rest of the staff is. So that's someone that I'd really, really love if we could lock down after this weekend.
I think a lot of those pass catchers, man, and offensive players will be in a wait and see pattern. I really think, if people are committed now, if the season goes how we think it should go, I think that'll change, that'll switch, and that'll change a lot of people's minds. I really do.
Especially if we start off hot. You know what I mean? We start off hot offensively. They'll be able to, okay, so they weren't lying to me. You feel me? Like they weren't lying. They said they was going to air this thing out, and they're airing it out. And that to me, that's important. And again, a lot of these kids are pipeline young men. When Mongo is doing well and having fun, he's texting his boys, hey, yeah, it's lit down here. You know what I'm saying? Like Fletcher at Heritage, that's another pipeline we want to open. So Fletcher starts playing well, putting up numbers. He's telling his boys, hey, man, you got to get down here. So it is really important to start off good and make good on some of these promises that you're saying to these recruits. And I'm hopeful. I do think we're going to have a better offensive year. And like Joe said, I think for a lot of people that are so worried about the receivers and the big pass catchers, it's just going to take them time. They want to see it. The trader has already said he's probably not committing until signing day. He's in no rush at all. So they want to see it. So, let's put on a show this year. Let's put up some numbers. Let's go vertical on people, and we're gonna land these recruits.
Definitely, man. All right, we hour and 15, man. Thank you guys for joining us.
Boom.
Thank you for all your support. Please, 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 please like, subscribe, comment, please. We're gonna do it's loafer season. We're gonna do loafers. That's the key word. It's loafer season, man.
Let's go. Loafers in the chat, people.
Word, yep. We're on all platforms, man. So check us out. Apple Podcasts, man. Check us out everywhere, man. So
if you're on Apple Podcasts, drop us a 5-star, leave us a review. We pick one of the winners for the Caneswear gift card from Apple Podcasts because we have people that listen on audio and they don't listen on YouTube. So we didn't feel like it was fair to pick both of them from YouTube. So you guys that listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a review, leave a comment. We will read them out on the show. We'll shout you out. We love our audio listeners, just like the visual. That's why we like to describe when we're doing weird stuff so that the audio listeners know too. Like I got 2 bottles of water in my hand for the audio listeners.
Yep.
So do that, man. Leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment. We will shout you out on the show. And that's where we pick our second winner from as well.
Definitely. And we will announce winners on Thursday's show. I'm sorry. We'll announce winners on Thursday's show for this past week. And we will definitely read your questions, answer your questions live on air, read your comments. And we appreciate everyone who tunes in, man. It's all about this. Shout out to Benny Charcoal.
Hey, shout out to Bushy Top Ben, man.
Bushy Top Ben. And shout out, man, we want to shout out all of the content creators on here, man. Everybody who does it, man. Mr. Dono, man. My guy Flo, Max, A Black, man. My guy Groove, man. Everybody who does it. Cool. Watch the game. We got a big one at Texas A&M this Friday. So I'll try to be on the live. Shout out to Hoodie Girl, man.
Hey.
I've never met her or talked to her, but we will not tolerate slander.
None. There will be zero slander tolerated when it comes to the hoodie to the girl. Okay, right, it's not happening. Shout out to Hoodie Girl. Hoodie Girl, before a hoop season, we got to have her on the preview because there ain't nobody in this fan base that know that basketball team better than she do.
Yeah, we need to get on. We need to get on anyway.
Definitely.
Season. Yeah, so we can preview the season.
And shout out to her. Shout out to the Buckets Pod. That's her podcast. That's the full basketball podcast, but they do cover football and baseball as well. They go live on YouTube. Shout out to the Buckets Pod. They are awesome people.
Yep. Shouts to Coach Hayes too, man.
Hey, yeah, big shout out to Coach Hayes. Shout out to Rasta. Hey, Rasta is dropping new edits basically every day right now. If you don't follow Rasta Edits on Twitter, go do it. He is dropping a new edit for a recruit basically every day, and they're all fire. The new one is fired than the last one, and it's better than that one, and then that one, and then that one.
Yeah.
Follow him. Follow David Franklin. It's a great community of content creators, man. If you want to stay up with recruiting, Rasta's your guy. Y'all be asking me, how do you know who do Rasta? That's how I know who to watch. Rasta. Yeah. If Rasta say he cold, I watch him.
That's right. Shout out to Steve-O, man. Keep working. KJ Duff. All right. Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you guys. All about this you, man. Thank you for joining us.